You're away. Oh, having a few technical problems, so maybe third time's a charm. So everything's solved. Hooray! Welcome back. For those of you who enjoy watching it live, let's just flip that up a wee bit. Here we go. So, I'm now overheated from trying to desperately sort out technical issues before the stream, which I failed miserably at. But that's YouTube for you. What am I doing today? I'm working on Neela. So, last time, started getting some colours into her top. So I think we'll just crack on. I need to fix up a bit around her throat here. Have I got my reference photo? Let's just bring up a big reference picture to show you what I'm trying to achieve. There she is. And doing not too bad. Doing not too bad with the picture. So this was a mixture of cerulean blue undertones and then turquoise, and then I pulled in the green. So I'm fairly happy with that, but I haven't painted for a week, so I'm probably a little out of practice. Let's zoom in on her face, I think. There we go. And my reference photo working. Right, what do we need to do? We need to a bit of softening. I might just a little bit of that collar. So I had a lovely week away. And visited family in a city called Dunedin, which means Edinburgh of the South. And it was founded by Scottish immigrants. And there were gold fields not too far away. And so a lot of gold flowed through the city. I know my head's a little bit in the way. I can't really help that. Excuse. Oh, that's quite filthy. So if anyone's tuning in for the first time, it's PM Pastels I'm using, mainly on this painting. The occasional stick pastel and pastel pencils for detail. anyway, as I was saying about Dunedin, a lot of gold went through the city. And so the buildings, the old buildings, were very ornate. And because it doesn't have a lot of earthquakes down there, they've stayed. Whereas the city I live near these days, they had a bit of a spasm about earthquakes a few years back, and everything had to be strengthened, whether it had been standing for 100 years or not. And so a lot of old stuff's been torn down. Kind of lose the character of a city that way. But Dunedin, I hadn't been there for a long time. And it's very bizarre. If you live in a place which is constantly changing, and businesses come and go, and then you go somewhere and businesses are still the same after 30 plus years, it's like going into a time warp. Lovely one, but it's a little unnerving. Don't like that blue. I'm walking around the city going, goodness, that place is still open. Oh, look at that. That's still open. And I did check out their university art store and thought, what a rip-off, those poor university students. It is a university city. It's got the medical school and a teacher's school and a dental school, and apart from all the other stuff they teach down there. Hello, there's a fly. Not happy about that. I don't want flies in the studio. Be gone, you beast. Seriously? I could use a fan. It's just, sorry about getting my head in the way. I'll just set my fan up though. Not my number one fan, who very kindly donated. Is that going to work? She working. Plugged in. There you go. Oh, that's so much better. My number one fan kindly bought 5 coffees for me. To buy me a coffee. So that was charming. Zoom out a bit. Check my camera angle. Oh, you can see. It's okay. So just blocking in top. Get rid of some of that dark. Really just want to work out that bit of delineation for the skin. So we'll have the shadow coming down here, but I need to fix it around her throat. So let's do that. This needs to be a lighter colour. Went to an excellent art gallery, the Dunedin Public Art Gallery. Had a lovely Monet there, but the exhibition, or how they had curated the painting, it's quite interesting. They were focusing more on local women artists who often do different subjects than what men would pick. And I had a great time at the art gallery with my wife and son, youngest son. He had opted to take the week off to spend with us, which was just lovely while we were down there. Maybe this is too light going up there. And there are a couple of pastel artists amongst the paintings. So that was always exciting. And I made sure I took photos of those. I don't know if I was allowed to. I don't remember seeing anything that said, don't take any photos. So, beautiful paintings. And, you know, these pastel paintings had lasted 100 years. So, you know, it's a load of rubbish when people say pastel's too fragile to last, and the colours are just, they last and last. Whereas if you get an oil painting, typically an oil painting will get varnish put on top of it to give it that wet look. And because it, you know, dry and look flat. So you've got your varnish for not just protecting it, but to sort of, it's a bit of a cheat to get a wet look. Whereas pastels just maintain the pigmentation. I guess if you were to put them under light, have them in a harsh sunlight, they will fade with the UV of the sun. But that's, everything does that. Most paintings are kept in the dark, sort of protect them. A bit like office workers, I suppose. Just keep them in the dark so they don't know what's going on. Orange. Bit of collarbone. So if I've done here, I've made what should be happening. That's interesting. Sometimes we don't see something until much later on. How can we fix that? What I've noticed is I've messed up Hila's collarbone. I don't mind admitting when I make mistakes. And what this should be doing is it should be coming across there and then there. And that one's a much more greeny. I might use a bit of ochre. I'm standing right in front of the picture. It's just a difficult angle for me to access here. So that means this now. A bit of red. Nice. It's more accurate. Flame. Yeah. lighter. Feel this way. Side down. A little bit. There's a lot of walking around gardens in Dunedin as a way, and a very pretty place called Glenfelloc, which is quite an old garden, private garden, and well, it's open to the public. You just put a gold coin donation in to walk around it. And we had these, so in New Zealand there's a bird called a fantail because its tail spreads out like a fan. And Piwaka wakas, I think, the native name. Piwaka wakas. And it was just beautiful. They were coming in pairs, and they fly right up to you and around you, and flew between my son's legs when he stood still. It was quite magical. Give you a bit of gold down there. You let and see. I think I need a bit more gold in you. What we need. Let's blend that out. That wee bit's bothering me. There, we're getting there. Just keep building up your layers. Keep it gentle with the applicators, and it'll start to appear. Just relax. Just try and you'll see funny little colours suddenly appear. As you're painting. But before you just wouldn't have seen them. And every now and then you'll do a little spot where you go, wish that hadn't happened. That's okay. It's okay. Brush it off. There we go. Yeah, that didn't even happen, so we're all good. Okay, now we're getting somewhere, David. Right, how's that throat looking? Let's just step back and have a wee look. I want to lighten that up and darken that bit. We can do that. Lovely. Sometimes it just works. That's Adam's apple I've given Mila a colour. I'm looking for a colour. What are you? You are yellow extra dark. I don't think I'm looking for you. You look good in the pan, but I don't think you're going to look right. I'll try a little bit. But what I'm after It's always a delicate balance between blending and just letting the colour sit on the painting. It's lovely. Nice. Right. Yeah. Okay. I'm so glad I turned that fan on. My word. Mm. Time to Neela's face. Get a bit more colour. The angles. The details in our streams. That's where you can okay. Right. Well, need to put a bit more light and dark in your face. Before I start on the eyes. So I think we've got a little bit of blocking in to do. And get the colour on my swung a little bit too much into a certain zone of colour. Gotta try and rescue that into your cheek. Sort of. I had a visitor today, a friend popped in. Got a painting of Helen, my wife, on the wall. He just stood there for a while, just staring at it. It was quite lovely. It is a good painting. I've reached a stage where I'm no longer shy about going, oh yeah, no, that was a good one. You get, well, I don't know how it works for everyone, but quite a bit of modesty when I first started because I don't have talent. I've just got to keep working at a painting. It's not like it comes naturally to me, so I don't sort of look at Neela's face and go, Oh, yes, well, if I just do this, and boom, there's the painting. It, it takes some time. And the painting will emerge. That's why this particular one is called Finding Neela, because I don't know. I begin if I'm actually going to find the person I'm painting. But I've learned if I just keep working at a painting, they do appear. And that's really the aim of this channel, is to go, look, you don't have to have skill. Yeah, I get it all the time, people saying, oh, I can't paint. I actually believe everyone can paint or draw. It's just we're not taught to. Because we all love it when we're kids, right? You know, that's... we love to get colours and splash them around and draw the house with a tree. It's almost like a universal thing amongst kids. So, I don't believe that nonsense that people say, oh, I can't do it. I bet you couldn't drive a car either. I mean, it's a lot more difficult than painting. You've got people's lives you've got to be aware of. And yet people still learn to drive cars, don't they? If they can learn to drive a car and operate a computer, well, they can learn to paint if they wanted to as well. It's just they're not sufficiently motivated at this stage to do so. I think that's a Tony Robbins saying, people aren't lazy, they're just not sufficiently motivated. You see this video and you go, well, I'd like to do that. Go on, do it. It will take a few, you do a few paintings and then you'll find it just suddenly starts to become a thing and you can do it. I am applying at the moment Panzer Yellow Extra Dark. I'm just sticking with some the undertones, but I'm seeing magenta. This is all magenta. Ooh. I find the magenta tint to be quite a cool. It's not always exactly what I want, but we can always blend it out later. I do need a bit of this touch of magenta on. Cute. The hands are, that's not bad. It's not bad, but I think I need a bit more. Some interesting reds. Quite warm skin on this side. Quite like the orange. I have put orange up here before and I keep coming back to it because that's what you see. Paint it. Different people have a underlying skin. Some people have more predominantly blue veined, and some are more green. And I haven't decided which one Neela is. I'll be looking for, what are you? You're magenta. Where's the violet tint? Where is it? Here it is. Control. I think the video before this, I said, oh, I think I'm halfway. And that's probably true of this painting. I'm still about halfway of where I want you to be. If you're going to do something, do it properly, right? Use underway under here. Feed backing out. Over here too. Too much over here though, because one side needs to be warm and one side can be a little cooler. Quite cautious of violet. Can get out of control really fast. But unhappy experiences with it. Nonetheless, if that's what you see, all means paint it. I'm not sure if I see sometimes magenta versus violet. So magenta is red violet, and then you've got blue violet, which in pan pastels is just violet, so they call blue violet violet, and red violet they call magenta. You mix up your hues, get a bit of a disaster going on. Yep. Okay. How long have we been going for? I think coming to the hour. And let's have a look at her. Step back and let's have a look at the whole picture. Oh, her throat looks so much better. Yeah, got much better definition on collarbone. Still need a little bit of play around here. Starting to get the colours into the face. Forehead's getting much better. Got some interesting things going on with her top. Forehead's, yeah, just way better. Might have to bring some of that magenta into her face somewhere. There are lots of things to tidy up, but that was a good, I need to I might work on the nose next. I need to fix up this cheek. It's getting a little lost, whereas I can see the blend and the other cheek's looking quite good. And then we'll come back to a top, and I need to fix up your arms a little bit. I don't want to do the tattoo until I'm happy with the skin tone. This is starting to come right on her arm over here. So, but that was a good session on her neck. I'm glad I managed to fix the collarbone, and it's much better. Yeah, it was a good session. All right, so if you're watching this on the replay, congratulations. You're following the journey nicely. And until I'm back again, I wish you all the best and hope you're creative as well and find something that you enjoy doing. Until then, thank you so much for following along. Cheers for now.